The 2022 Atlantic Kubb Tour kicks off today in Concord, North Carolina, with the Skuffle for the Shovel 1v1 Championship. We've got all the coverage today for it. We got some of the big players on the East Coast showing up here to see if they can get their name on the Skuffle. And today, well, we're going to have lots of coverage throughout the entire tournament, but today's episode we're going to cover rounds 1 through 3 of the round robin play. I'm Stu Gander. As always, with me is Sven Heikes. Sven, how you doing today?
Good, Stu. How you doing?
I'm doing great. As usual. It's the Sven and Stu show as opposed to the Drew and Bob show. We are clearly the B team. There's no doubt about it. But we are committed to Kubb. We are so committed to Kubb. Some of us get Kubb on our license plates. So 1v1 championship. This tournament has really become one of my favorites over the past year. There's nowhere to run. There's nowhere to hide. So you got to do what you got to do. So first round matchup, we're going to have Bryant Cook and Lee Northrup, two players out of Charlotte. Bryant, this is his second Kubb tournament ever. He placed third at the Blasters a few months ago. He has a really nice 8-meter game. And then Lee Northrup, veteran of this tournament, as well as the Spring Fling here in Charlotte. Lee has his name on the mini shovel 3 times as the winner of the silver bracket gets the mini shovel. Big shovel, you get your name on it. And it's a big shovel. So Sven, you've been scouting things. You've been throwing some Kubbs earlier today to kind of get a feel for the pitch. What are your thoughts going into this one?
This one, I gotta go for the experience of Lee over Bryant. As you said, this is Bryant's second event, his first 1v1. There's, as you said before, Stu, there's absolutely nowhere to hide. I like in the 1v1 Kubb I know you're a cycling fan, Stu. It's like the individual time trial of Kubb.
Correct.
It's the race of truth. So we're going to find out a lot about all these players today, because there's absolutely, if there's a weakness in your game, it will be exposed. I guarantee it. And so I lean towards Lee in this one, just because of his experience over Bryant.
So I will say that Drew teamed up with Bryant. Yeah, Drew teamed up with Bryant at the Blasters, where they took third as the Yarmere Loggers, and that was Bryant's first tournament ever. I think there were some early jitters, but I think once he got into his game, or kind of figured out his game, which is 8 meters, he was the 8-meter guy, and he did a really good job. So if they played 100 times, I'd probably give Lee, somewhere in the 50s, but I think Bryant has a lot of potential here, and if he keeps working on his game, can turn into a really good player.
Yeah, I have no doubt that I agree. Bryant does have a lot of potential. The issue is, second event. It's at least, at that Blasters tournament, he had Drew basically just drilling and blasting, and hopefully isolating him at ace was the goal. And it's a different ball game. He's going to have to drill here. He's going to have to hit all the shots, and
so I'd be on the lookout for that. If see how his drilling game goes. I do want to point out Lee's blast there. That was one of the most artistic blasts I've ever seen. Turned it over and turned it right back up. That was pretty sweet.
Yeah,
and he's knocked down 2 8s.
How we working meatloafs here, Stu?
It's a very involved process for meatloafs at 8 meters, or meatloafs at a 1v1. There was lots of conversations amongst the Meatloaf Council before this one. So normally to get a meatloaf, you have to throw, one person has to throw 3 batons. They hit 2 out of 3 from 8, no advantage lines, no nothing. And the graphics department has to be paying attention and know what's going on. In this one, a lot of the same rules, but you have to, if you throw 2 or you throw 6 from 8, no dice. It has to be you're throwing 3 and 3 alone from 8 meters.
So you can't just, if you're throwing 4, you can't go hit, hit, miss, hit. That's not a
Correct.
meatloaf.
That is no meatloaf. That is not a meatloaf.
Not
As
sure.
well as,
Not sure if I agree with the council on this one, Stu, but
well, then you take it up with them. There's a
graphics
formal
department's
complaint.
getting lazy on the 1v1.
There's a
That's all I
formal
gotta say.
complaint process. You can go about it. You know how that
Hmm.
works.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's the way it works.
Okay.
Yeah, and likewise, if you go 5 for 5, that's not a turkey either. Or that's not a meatloaf, it's not a turkey. I don't know what it is. We'll have to figure that out.
It's a hell of a turn, is what that is.
I hear that. Yeah,
Okay.
so we'll see if we see any of those.
So we got.
It's not going to happen in this match because they've each already knocked down an 8-meter, so no dice there.
No, we're not seeing 5 for 5, but we did see a questionable potential meatloaf again with Lee there. He did hit 2 out of 3. Just.
Oh, did he?
I think he did 2 out of his first 3 there. Yeah.
Oh no, yeah, but he was throwing 5
I
batons.
understand he was, but this is where I disagree. But we'll agree to disagree. We also have 10 players playing today. We had 14 register. We had 4 North Carolinians mainly just bailing. Who knows why? We'll blame the weather, even though the weather today is actually absolutely fantastic. I mean, I guess we're more Nordic, so we're used to this kind of thing. But these North Carolinians.
Before I came, I've been eating reindeer for 3 months straight. I've got a heavy layer of fat on me. But these guys here, it's like mid-40s today. These guys are walking around like they're living in an ice chest or something.
Yeah, I mean it's mid-40s. It's a light wind.
Lee's got his toque on. Isn't that what that thing is called?
Well, Lee also has no hair, so.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he's in the bald club.
Yes, he's right there with Drew and Bob in the bald club.
Yeah.
But he and cousin Dave too. But cousin Dave doesn't have a hat on back there.
Yeah, he don't care.
No, but he's also from Pennsylvania, so he's a little bit hardier than these North Carolina players. But
more weathered.
Yes. So 10 players. We have a very wide range from players that have never played in the tournament before, or Bryant, who's only played in 2, to players that are much more seasoned on both the East Coast and the national scene. So
I think there's probably if I had to go through the list, I think probably the top 5, 6, probably pretty competitive. In that first. So first of all, top 8 make the championship bracket. I wouldn't want to be the number 4 seed because I think that 4 seed is going to have a tough matchup in that first round.
Definitely. Yeah. No, I think we have a legit, solid top 5 or 6, depending on how it works out. But
and then, of course, there could be some surprises in there, too. So
always are.
Yeah. So
well, and 1v1, too. It's also, again, it's 1v1. So, I mean, a lot of these players, most of the events we see them at are team events. So it's, a good teammate will put their, especially if they're skilled, they will put their teammate in positions to be successful. And so some of those weaknesses may have not been necessarily exposed yet.
Correct.
You know what I mean? So
correct.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Real quick, the other reason outside of just I think that 4-5 matchup is going to be a pretty close matchup. The other reason I want to avoid the 4th seed, or I would want to avoid the 4th seed, quarterfinal matches, 1-game matches. So if you catch somebody hot, you're probably going to lose and be out of the tournament.
Yes. Interesting decision there by Mike Davids, the tournament director. As a director, you would think you would not want to see an upset at that round, and leaving a 1-game quarterfinal, can lead to some different results. I'd say more so maybe in a team than a 1v1, but still, it's an interesting decision there by Davids to go with the 1-game quarterfinal. But
I think there's some people who need to get out of here. at a decent hour because it's supposed to snow in those cold places tonight. So there's some people who need to get out of here.
Well, it's supposed to snow here tonight.
Correct.
So that's why they got to get out of here.
I'm not holding my breath for that one. We'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, Bryant just had a real nice double there.
I
don't think he was trying for it, but he caught the double, which was ended up being a nice shot.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what the statistics look like after some of these games, because we may not necessarily see some of the bigger numbers on coups per baton or 8 meters, depending. I mean, it's just it'll be interesting. Yeah, that did a dance.
Yeah, just tried to do a backspin boogaloo there, and it didn't quite have the oomph.
Yeah.
You know what always used to the backspin boogaloo? That was on what was that golf game that you used to slam the little ball and then it would pew?
Oh.
It's an arcade game.
What's the game
called? Live look in here.
Golden Tee.
Golden Tee, yeah. Looks like Drew just knocked off cousin Dave.
Your cuz knocking off the cuz.
Correct. So that is a I don't care who you're playing, who you're beating. If you get a win in round 1, that's a good way to start things.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so Golden Tee. One of the commentators on Golden Tee always used to say, "Oh, the backspin boogaloo." God, I must have spent about a year's paycheck on that game back in the day.
Back in Norway.
Yeah, big. Golf is big in Norway. If you didn't know, big.
Video game golf is huge.
Yeah, video game golf. We do
big
it. It's
bar attraction.
You go to any fjord. You go to any fjord, and there's a Golden Tee machine right there. So
they
we
hunt
just
reindeer.
Yeah, hunt reindeer, eat reindeer,
and hunt birdies on the Golden Tee. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah,
so we just threw a penalty coup.
Penalty. It's also interesting some of the placement on the penalties in this case. So you got Lee working right to left for some reason on 8 meters, which is fine. And then so it's just a lot of these decisions, especially for Bryant in a tournament. Bryant's probably never really been the one to make that final call. In this case, you're out there.
Well, I think prior the problem is putting it. Normally, people would put it on the other side, but normally people would be throwing at the baseline from that side. Oh, that was cute. It looks like he's got 3 baselines there lined up right one after the other on the other side, so he probably left it.
Nice job on by the logistics department on this one. It's very clear. Oh.
Yeah,
and it's tough without painted cubes with this. I guess it's. What kind of grass is this?
Zoysia?
Zoysia? Is that a North Carolina thing?
Yeah, it's a North Carolina thing. A lot of golf courses and other places have it as well, but yeah, it goes dormant in the spring or in the winter, but come spring, it's like the Jolly Green Giant, just green as anything.
Yeah, I was doing some drilling out here. Looks like Lee did he just pick up that coup was down?
I think it was down. I think it tumbled. Yeah.
Yeah. So left the line with the advantage with the penalty coup. But I was doing some drilling out here before just to kind of gauge the conditions, and they're pretty favorable, I thought.
I thought they were nice. The little bouncy from time to time, but in general, pretty fair, I would say.
Now these pitches do run slightly downhill away from the camera. Yes. Slightly. It's not really a huge factor, but it is noticeable if you're on the other side. And so if there is a wind, it is a slight tailwind at Bryant's back at Lee's face. Slight. I mean, we're talking 5-mile-an-hour max, but that was a little bit of a mistake there by Bryant with the drilling right at the king.
Now that's gonna be a tight shot. But and as we said earlier, cloudy today. Looks like the sun is not gonna come out. It's gonna be cloudy all day long. Oops. And about 45-ish degrees. Little cool for North Carolina in January. Just slightly below normal. So.
Whew, got a tester here.
Yeah, this is making me. Oh, he
There,
picked it
got it.
off. Yeah,
Nice
that was
work.
making my spidey sense tingle.
Yeah.
Boy.
It's difficult. He's in a difficult spot because you can't really rotate it well from this distance, but it's hard to spear it too.
Yeah, it's a little too
He's
far
kind
away to just spear.
yeah,
Well,
nice
gets the
pickup.
clear, gets the pressure clear. The Yeah, I'm sure he was looking for more than that, but that that one cube was about looked like a half an inch away from the king, so that's going to make you nervous. Oh,
Definitely.
another live look in here. It looks like we've got Bob and Nick Bartlett. Looks like
Hmm.
Bob is still blasting, but with a nice clear there. I believe he's got one
That looked
baseline.
like a nasty blast. I'm
It
gonna
might
say
have
it's got
been.
1-8 here. Nope.
Negatives.
There it
Picks
is.
up the 8. Now he's got what, three at the king.
Should be 3.
Yeah.
Because that blast would have been 4 with 1 or 5 with 1. I think 5 with
Or
1.
5, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's all a win in the end.
Yep.
So Bob moves to 1-0. Nick drops to 0-1. As I said earlier, always good to get that first win of the day. Work the kinks out a little bit.
Definitely.
So Concord, North Carolina, that's where we are. That's where this tournament is every year. It's just outside of Charlotte. Next tournament up on the Atlantic Kubb Tour will also be in Charlotte as we complete the Southern Swing.
Yes.
That will be in March, and that is the Spring Fling. That's a team
Well,
tournament. 2 to
technically,
6 people.
there's kind of 2 southern swings. We kind of do the southern winter spring swing, and then we swing back for the fall
Yeah.
when the
So
weather gets favorable again down here.
I was going to say, which is smart because you don't want to be playing a Kubb tournament in North Carolina in, say, August. Well,
No.
I mean, maybe you want to, but maybe you want to die too. So
maybe y'all just want to have heat stroke.
yeah,
You know, maybe that's your thing.
I prefer my Kubb without heat stroke. So especially with my pasty white skin from Norway, it's you know, we don't
Yeah.
see the sun much there. So
Well, unless it's summer.
oh
Then you
yeah,
see a
oh
lot
boy,
of
and then we
sun.
see a lot of
A lot
sun.
of sun.
Yeah, I forgot about that part. Yes.
Yes.
Oh, so yeah, so I don't know. I haven't really been paying all that much attention here, but it looks like we're
We're at a
stuck at
stalemate.
yeah, a
Yeah.
bit of a stalemate here. So two down on each side. Bryant with the advantage line again. So let's see where he drills these this time. My guess is it's going to be further away from the king.
This is the last match taking place as we see behind us there.
Correct. Rest of the pitches are barren.
So these are timed 25 minutes. So
Yep.
they can tie right now. If it finished right now, it would be a tie.
And that would be half a point per person.
Mm-hmm.
Using the tournament director software.
Yep.
Takes care of all that stuff for you. Pretty slick stuff. Also updates results to the internet so that you can follow along with tournaments.
Yeah, this one we're not live syncing it to the internet, but it will get uploaded probably tomorrow.
Oh, there you go.
Didn't do the hotspot today, but you know. And you can pull the pin, obviously. There you just did.
Yeah. Yeah, so 50% in, 246 start. I think all these things that we always play.
Mm-hmm. Yep, he's got the rotation down now.
Yeah, he does.
Spoke too soon.
Yeah. All right, 2 left.
All right, let's see if he can take a lead here. This is a tough shot, too. Nice shot. Well done.
Oh, a little bouncy.
So close.
All righty. We got to be getting down on time.
Yeah, you'd think. Brian takes the lead, so ends now, and he'd have 2/3 of a point.
Correct. get 1/3.
Mm-hmm.
So Sven, first stop of the Atlantic Kubb Tour for 2022.
It is.
We talked about this a little bit in the Blasters broadcasts. We've got 5 tournaments. All these players who showed up today will all get 5 points, and then they'll get additional points depending on their finish.
Mm-hmm.
The requirements for being in the Atlantic Kubb Tour are to play in one of the tournaments. That's all you
Exactly.
got to do. We'll take care of the rest.
Yes, we will. And yeah, this is a big differentiator for players that play together a lot, like your Mike Davids and Nick Bartlett.
Yep.
They're pretty much the only real team that's here. Everybody else, definitely plays with other people. I mean, we usually Drew will play with Sean quite a bit, and Sean was one of the ones that couldn't make it.
Yep.
He had registered and couldn't make it, so really, it's just going to be good to kick it off and see where we end up. I mean, obviously, a bunch of these guys are looking for max points. If we can get that win to start off the season, that's always great. But even getting the top a podium finish is going to be a great start to the Kubb Tour, and it should be a really fun season here. We go from now until mid-October, so I mean we have a lot to talk about here in the next 10
It's all
months.
year long, baby.
Mm-hmm.
We got what is this, January?
Nice shot.
So it's 10 months. Yeah. Good clear, pressure clear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we got 10 months. We got Drew's got to get out his abacus and his slide rule and figure it all out, but it should be good.
I'm gonna guess there's gonna be lots of twists and turns, because you're gonna have people who can't make a tournament. You're gonna have people who maybe get with a teammate who's pretty good and they can go up the ladder pretty quick. I think it'll be up and down all year long, and we really won't know until the Blasters in October who's going to win, because you're going to have some people at the Blasters who might be able to drop their lowest scoring tournament, since you only keep 4 of them. So
I guess the only way we would know potentially things like a winner type of scenario is if somebody came out and got 4 wins, did 80 points, max points in 4 events in a row. Then you're like, all right, well, that's over. It's sealed. But you'd have to win this one, which, okay. You got to win the Spring Fling, you got to win the East Coast Championship and the PA Championship. So to win those 4,
be tough to do. If you're going to win those 4, you should probably win the Atlantic Kubb Tour anyway. So good for you.
Yes. So
we talked a little bit earlier about Bryant and not knowing about his drilling abilities. That's not a bad drill right there.
No.
I mean, they're all reasonably close. It looks like 3 of them at least were forced in. Or maybe not. I don't know what's going on here. Yep, just we're back up. So yeah, it looks like they were forced in pretty well there.
Yeah, no, looks it's decent, I mean, we're not seeing it,
we gotta get a ruling here. Mike Davids, tournament director.
So
and the call is it's in.
So thankfully we don't have the really difficult conditions that we saw with the Blasters.
Oh, what a drill.
That's nasty.
Nasty blasty.
Fantastic. Look at this turn by Bryant.
That was
that's a great clear.
Nasty blasty, yeah.
It was.
And an 8. He's in the red zone.
He's feeling it. Oh, got it. Well done. What a close.
Wow, that's a nice game right there. That's a nice win for Bryant right there to get that. 1, you get it in the first round, but 2, you just knocked off somebody who's been playing for quite a few years.
Yeah.
That's a really great.
Kez likes it.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, so Bryant 1.1 blasting, only 25% from 8. Lee struggled with blasting, but got 4 more rounds to take care of that. So Bryant moves to 1-0. Here's the rest of the results. Drew won, Bob won, Mike won, Dan won. I think we checked in on some of those. So here's the standings. This doesn't really mean much right now because it's just the first round. But yeah, I think Dan is it. Dan beat Jeremy Matson, which is a pretty good. That's a pretty good win. And speaking of Dan, our next matchup is going to be Dan Corey and Drew Gander. This is a battle of Raleigh Kubb.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, 2 Charlotte players in the first match, 2 Raleigh players here. Dan started playing last year, got a T5 in the East Coast, and then a second at the Blasters in October, teaming with Cousin Dave. And then Drew took third in the Blasters, teaming with Brian, who we saw earlier. So this ought to be a good matchup. I think these 2 players are pretty close to one another. I actually expect these are pretty decent players. I expect to see a good match here. Maybe I'll be completely wrong and they'll be terrible, but
I would agree. They both have very solid all-around games. It's just again 1v1. We're gonna find out, but a lot of it is just your consistency and how long can you sustain that. So we're only round 2, but
I don't know who's gonna win. But I'm rooting for Dan because, as I told you the last episode, I know he's my cousin, but Drew's a jerk. So I'm rooting for Dan. Come on, Dan. Go 2 for 2.
I'm going to give the slight edge on this one to Drew. I think this is going to be pretty tight. I think both are capable of big turns. Both can drill. I think if there's a weakness out of both these players, it may be the blast a little bit. I mean, just a little bit. Some occasional throwaway batons. But yeah, I think really it comes down to 8 meters, and I'm giving a slight edge to your cousin on this one, to Drew.
All right. Well, I hope not.
You hope not. That's hilarious. He came all the way here just to talk crap on your cousin Drew.
Absolutely.
All the way on that cruise ship, the whole time you're just like, that to me is a meatloaf, but that's neither here nor there.
It's a 2 for 4 start.
Yeah, 2 out of 3 though, finished.
Yeah, that's too much work.
I hear you. The graphics department's gotten lazy. It's just like the whole 3-player teams, they won't do it either.
Oh, that's a lot of work there.
Mm-hmm. Look, I don't blame them. It is a lot of work, but I just miss the loaf.
Yeah, you should see. It's a lot of work, and you should see what their paycheck is for it. It's not pretty.
It's not. No, it's about the same budget as their Microsoft Paint.
Yes. As always, broadcast always sponsored by Microsoft Paint.
So I find
our graphics package sponsor.
The logo for the actual Skuffle is interesting to me. Is that a kids fighting? Is that what we're doing there?
It's a scuffle. That's what it is.
Okay.
It's a scuffle.
there's no shovel in the picture. But
no, there's no shovel.
Scuffling going on.
Yeah. Okay. Meanwhile, Dan has dropped 2.
Meanwhile, Dan has a meatloaf if you're going to count it, but you're not. And
no, I'm not going to count it.
That's 2 out of 3.
Well, I mean, the Meatloaf Council governance board is not going to count it. I don't have anything to do with it. But so Dan comes back and goes, 2 for 4. So each have gone 2 for 4 in their last 4 from 8.
Mm-hmm.
Getting a lot of Kubbs in play pretty quickly. That's what it's all about. Drew's been working with a goofy cut a lot lately. That one cut a little too much. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Started picking it up at the East Coast in June, and has just kind of grown and grown and grown, and that's what he probably throws. Doesn't usually throw it on these rethrows, but but that's what he throws probably 75-80% of the time now.
Okay.
That not his best effort though.
No, I mean, there's kind of a line there. It's going to be tight because the front one's on the post. The second one, obviously, I find it's a hard shot when you have a right to left kind of angle for a right-hander for this one. He's lucky to kiss the top on that.
I was going to say, I think the wind blew that one over.
That was a nice shot.
That was. That baton was delivered nicely. But you're getting a little far here.
Mm-hmm. You're starting to get
another throwaway. Yep.
Well, he rotated right into the down baton.
That's a nice double. That's a nice shot right there.
Useful.
Yes. Useful.
Yes. All right. Got 2 left.
Nice rotation.
That scared it.
Negatives.
Yeah, I mean the other key, just like in a team event, but you know it's important to be at least chipping away at that baseline every turn. You got to keep putting pressure on your opponent.
And Dan can absolutely fill it up from 8 meters when he catches fire. So, yeah, I mean, you know, by the time you get the batons back in hand, you might be down, you know, 2 or 3. So,
or I mean, really, I mean, he should be looking at a 4 with 2 here, and 3/8 in a row would beat you. So, and that's possible with you know Dan can do is capable of that kind of turn.
Oh, he's looking like he's getting a lot of bounce on these cubes here.
No, he is going slightly uphill too. It's almost like a backboard.
That's true. Yeah. Oh boy.
Yeah, you really want to. The other key factor with 1v1 cube, other than being the game of truth in cube, is the mental game is huge because no one's out there going to bail you out. If you start getting negative on yourself, you start making mistakes, things can snowball in a hurry. So it's important to just be able to put it behind you, take what's in front of you, and you know, even like you feel like, oh, you got unlucky there. Like the little things can really get in your head.
Yeah. It's every throw has to be a whole new ball game.
Mm-hmm. You start to let that frustration creep in, and next thing you know, you're giving lines. You're coming up empty on 8s consistently. Yep. You're taking too many batons at your penalty. You know.
I tell you what, with the field as it is, and certainly with Drew or Dan, I mean, if you're taking penalties and giving advantage lines, you're not going to last very long.
No. So that would have been massive just to pick up that 8 there. Just
Drew kind of has to feel like he got bailed out there.
Anytime, 4 cubes in play and you come back and you're drawing out 4 on your turn, you're feeling pretty good about it. You're like, all right, the fact that Drew's getting another shot at 4.
He's got to feel good
massive,
about that.
Definitely.
Essentially, he created a push that round.
Yep.
After not a great turn, he created a push.
Well,
it looks like his cut is starting to come in a little bit better.
It was crazy too because the penalty definitely helped, but I would not have guessed that would have been 3 singles on the 3 that were in the group.
Yeah, it looked like there was at least a double there, if not a triple.
Yeah, I mean most players of this caliber, you're looking at a 3 with 2. That could have been a 3 with 1 if it had gone right, and then 3 with 3. That's stealing 1 back too.
Oh boy.
Ooh, did he short that?
It looked like it.
They are really looking at it. So
it looks like it's in.
Yeah.
Surprising. It doesn't look like it's in from here, but with this grass and the cubes and everything is brown, can't see
hard
anything
to tell.
really. Yeah.
There's no. I mean, it's not like there's a line, so you gotta eye it up, and it's always. I always say, if you really have to look at it that hard, it's probably in.
Might as well.
You're going to be splitting hairs at that point. So
yeah,
this could be a big blast. Yeah, that's a nice shot.
That was 3.
Mm-hmm.
Nice triple.
Yeah. So if he gets this,
now he's got an opportunity. Yep.
So 3 for 3 gets him the win. See what he can do.
Oh,
just short.
That looked like it had some backspin on it.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looked like it almost took a divot there.
Oh. All right, here's just that chance. You were in the red zone. Now you gotta get it back, and you got 2 left.
These 2 are huge. Because at least if you hit these two, you feel like you're in position to close it out next round.
Yeah.
Now you need one bad. You don't want to go
Oh,
over.
woof.
Oh,
That's a big old woof, and he's
man,
not happy about that.
he is not pleased. He shouldn't be. I mean, you go
No.
over 4. That stings.
Yeah, that last one was an airmail.
Live look in here.
Who is that? Is that Jeremy Matson?
I think so.
Yeah. I don't know who he's playing, but it looks like he's getting ready to close it out. It looks like he had an advantage line. And that's the win. Let's see who he was playing.
Might have been Cousin Dave.
I believe it was. Oh, no, Brian
No,
West.
it's Brian West.
Brian
Yep.
West. So
His
Brian
first
playing in
tournament.
his first tournament ever. He's having a grand time. He's not getting many wins, but he's having a grand time.
Yeah, he is. He is. I didn't think it was possible for somebody to be more vocal than Cousin
He's
Dave.
into it.
But he takes the cake, man.
Yeah.
You know he's here. That's for sure.
Absolutely. And he's having
He
a
gets
good
fired
time.
up, definitely.
And that's what it's all about. He's having a great time, and everybody's having a good time with him.
No doubt. All right. So it looks like he's got a nice thing going here. If he can just get this one right. That's not bad. He's forcing them in. Looks like they're all forced.
Yeah. I don't know that one. This one right here is probably not forced, but
yeah, that one isn't. But
yeah. So it looks like there might be Looks like you're probably getting out of here in 2, maybe 1.
I'm saying it could be 3.
Or
they missed one.
More than that.
That's the
Tough kick
thing.
there.
It's just, yeah. I mean, like, if he hits that right, it could have been 3.
Yeah.
And now he's looking at least 2 more, and he's got a corner facing on this one, so he's got to hit this right. Oh, darn corner. Now, if he takes a little angle, he could maybe get the edge and kick it over, but
yeah, that's going to be
you got to make sure you put it away. So now he got
just kicked the field goal with that one.
2 singles. Pressure
clear. Oh boy.
No.
Oh boy. This has gone downhill quickly.
Is he going to take the Hail Mary? Yes, he is. Whew.
A lot of nothing.
He threw away 4 there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Boy,
Drew's got to be licking his chops
over
now.
the corner fast enough.
Yeah, set that one back up. All right. Got an advantage line right at the midline. Looking for a 2 with 1 here would be fantastic.
This one might be pretty much over.
Well, now he's got 2 with 2, unless he can take an angle on that as a right-hander and maybe get them both. But you got to watch. You don't want to come across a 2 hard.
Yeah, essentially, he has to be perfect here. Because it looks like it's probably a single.
Yeah,
he's looking to see which one's a better runner. So it looks like he's thinking single.
Exactly. The other thing, the runner is in play, but you don't want to overdo it and miss it. We've seen people miss these singles trying to get a runner.
Yeah. So now he has to go essentially
3
4
for 3.
4 meter, 4 meter.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. 3 for 3.
We've seen plenty of people miss these like that. So now Dan dodged the bullet.
He looks a bit flummoxed. He kind of looked at him. What the?
Oh shoot! Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like you got a gift here.
Yeah. You're not going to be taking advantage of it as much as you could have.
But go baseline clear, which is important.
He does go baseline clear, and so now you got to believe 7 in play all of a sudden. Dan can knock 7 down without any problem.
Yeah, but to close them out, you need 7 with 2.
Yeah.
Which is, again, these guys are capable of that. It's just, he's got to shake off that last turn. He's lucky to be in it right now.
Yeah.
And he's got to. The most important thing I think from Dan's perspective has to be
tumbler.
Make sure you clear. If you can get 1 more or 2 more 8s in play, that would be fantastic. You need to give Drew something to think about on this next drill. Most importantly, you need to make sure you don't give an advantage line again.
Yeah. Because as tough as advantage lines are, when you're baseline clear and give an advantage line, it's game over.
It should be.
Unless you're all over the place with your drill.
That's now.
Yep. Is that last three or four he threw away?
That's 3 in a row. It's 5 out of his last
Oh,
7.
there's
6
your
out of his
4.
last 8. There he got it. But
Yeah.
that's the thing
I
where it
might have
can
taken a
snowball.
step back from the baseline there.
That's the thing where it can snowball on you in a hurry, and that's part of the difficulty of the 1v1 game.
Yep.
You don't have a partner to call you off. You don't have somebody else that can take a shot to give you kind of a little bit of a breather.
Well,
And
he at least cleared the ones that were on the midline there. So
yeah,
there's going to be an advantage line, but it's not going to be maybe a
that's a
meter or something like that. That might make it a hard distance for Drew to blast at.
that's a much more difficult distance, no doubt. He's still barely hanging on here. He still
Yeah.
needs a lifeline from Drew to get another turn.
Yep.
But so he did accomplish something, but he also threw away way too many batons there.
Yep.
So far so good for Drew. Looks like a good start on this drill. That's a nice shot. He's running out of room though.
Yeah. They're going to go further. Oh,
Whew.
I was going to say they're going further and further back, but not that far back.
Yeah. That might be a situation when you're goofying them all in and you have the regular cut that once you run out of room, you just cut it back
Need to
over.
head back. Yeah.
But
either way, it looks like there might be a, so what's there, 6 there? Yeah, there was a triple.
Yeah, that was a nice shot. Okay. Still, at this point, he's got some garbage in front. Ooh,
there's the junk in the front.
So now he needs 2 singles to get to the king, or a double and 2.
Oh,
no.
boy.
He's at that awkward distance,
Stu.
Yeah. He's now he's like, he needs a double now.
He's saying, I just blew it again. But got to get the head back in the game.
Yeah, it's smart to wait. All right, this is now a pressure clear all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And he got it.
Pressure
that
clear.
Was basically a 4-meter shot on that one. That last one.
That was that's not what he was looking for right there.
Mm-mm.
I can assure you of that.
It's also another.
Got to feel like he let one slip away. Probably the last 2 turns.
Another thing that I always make sure I do, especially in 1v1s, but even just team events, is just do a little bit of advantage line practice from different distances before you go in, because it's not something that I expect to get, but you don't want to be in an event and be like, I haven't taken any of these shots in months, so just run through a couple of them just to kind of get a little comfortable going in. And not that Drew didn't do that, but it's just to have 2 in a row like that is painful. Yeah. I'm sure for him.
Oh, I'm sure of that. Yeah, had a chance to close it out twice, and now you're looking at back to the drawing board to clear everything next time around.
Yeah,
with or without an advantage line, you don't know if you're going to have that.
Yeah, I mean, Dan just needs to keep his batons clean here. Just start hitting stuff. He can just make contact and he can clear this group. It's definitely clearable, and hopefully get that back one. Ideally, that's a nice double. Ideally, he'd get an 8 out of this too, but anything he can do to ratchet up a little bit of pressure is going to be key here.
Yeah, looks like he's going for the one on our right. There's the nice double. Now it looks like there's another double. Which he picked up, and all of a sudden this is turning into a really nice clear here by Dan.
Yes, he could double this off. No, just shorted it.
No. Oh.
Got the
Still
8.
Left the advantage line. That's the second time he's knocked that 8 down.
Yep.
Oh boy.
That's a tough distance.
Oh, Drew's
hurrying. He's hurrying. Must be at time.
Yeah, we got to be getting close. Thought we were going to have a 2-minute warning here, but the graphics department is sleeping again.
Well, they're taking the whole event off. They're not doing meatloafs.
Yeah.
You're not doing 2-minute warnings. And he just clocked one off. Hopefully that's
Yeah.
out of bounds, but
They didn't even put the shovel in the logo. What's that all about?
Tanya, maybe logistics department seems to have knocked it out of the park on this one
They
so
did.
far,
Yeah.
and graphics is going to
Yeah.
have to step up their game again if they want to keep pace.
Yeah. Interesting to know. Yeah, we're playing with the full 10 Kubbs again in this tournament, which is a good thing.
It is.
And it's even better to be able to see them. So
yeah, makes it so much better, not only for our audience but for us. I mean,
yeah.
this isn't like back in the East Coast Championship last year in the spring fling days. It was a little rough. Trying to figure out the Mirage cubes.
Yeah. Well, we hired a geometry department who gave us an idea that maybe we should change the angle on the camera. So big tip of the cap to the geometry department there. Oh boy, Drew's throwing them away again. How many you're gonna have this served up to you on a silver platter and can't take advantage of it?
Yeah, he might look back on this.
He's throwing them away. Now he's gonna give an advantage line.
Yeah, he is not going to be pleased with this performance. No. I'm surprised as much control.
Now Dan is scurrying over there.
As much control as Drew has over the actual production of this on this channel, I'm surprised he's even showing this match.
It's not his best moment.
Drew's like, let's just bury that one in the vault. We don't need to talk about this.
Well, I mean, if you watch the Blasters, you know how much he likes to be on camera. So it's probably just, we went one match without him being on camera. He's probably like, oh, I need to be on camera again.
I'm the star. I'm the star.
Oh, look at me. I suck at Kubb. Oh, look at me.
I don't think he sucks. He's just having a rough time with these advantage lines. My lord, that is
not doing anything.
He's on the struggle bus.
Yeah, he is.
But he didn't give a great line either. The worst thing that can happen. Yeah, the worst thing that can happen here for Drew would be Dan somehow picks up all the base cubes and ends up tying this thing up.
Yeah. Well, we got to be getting close to time. I don't know why we haven't gotten a 2-minute warning yet. It's got to be coming anytime soon if we're actually going to get it. But
one would think, I mean, these guys are rushing for it. You would think.
Yeah.
But the fact that Drew got a whole turn in means we couldn't have been there yet.
Yeah. He has. It also tells us that he has no. There's the 2-minute warning. He's got zero concept of time. I think that's the other thing. Oh, and Dan picks up what's that? 4, 3, something like that.
It looked like a triple.
Yeah, it looked like a triple.
So now he got the 4 with 2, but he's got.
If I were Dan, well, I was going to say if I were Dan, I would slow play this, but Dan's got to pick up 3 to make it.
He needs to double this off.
Yeah.
To have a chance for a tie.
And that's not going to happen. Now he just has to make it hard for Drew to not pick up the extra third of a point.
Mm-hmm. All right.
That's what he's doing.
Yeah. All in all, even with that miss, I'd say it was a successful turn by Dan. He pushed him back. He got one more cube in play.
Yeah.
He's got 8 to clear here.
And Drew just threw these through the first one to get it in under time. So what we're going to have here, now that we've seen the 2-minute warning, the end has got to be. This is going to be the last turn is what it comes down to. And so this is either going to be timeout, Drew leading, or Drew win. So he is going to be looking to clear everything with 5 so that he can have 1 left for the king. If not, it's going to be 0.6 to Drew and 0.3 to Dan. 0.66 actually. So Drew and 0.33 to Dan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this could be one that, it could be a factor. I have these guys both in my top 4.
Yeah.
And, you're jockeying for those seeds, and, It could definitely be a factor if Drew's got to feel no matter what, unless he wins here, he's got to feel like he's left some points on the board.
Oh, absolutely. Looks like he's got half a set to rethrow too. That's time.
Time expired,
This
but
is
he
going to
gets
be
to
the
finish his
last
turn.
turn.
Yep. So he's got 8. He's got to clear those with 5 or better.
He's
It's
got
going to be
that one in the
difficult.
back, which makes things a lot harder.
Even the ones on the right front don't look like they're. I mean,
No.
it looks like you possibly could have a triple on the left, maybe,
Yeah.
but yeah.
There might be double there on the right-hand side, but that doesn't look good for that. I would say
No.
3 with 4 there, or 4 with 3, maybe the triple, and then the single. That's the math isn't adding up right here.
No. And whoa, we got the
You
back
get
one
that
now.
back one. I don't
Back
know
one's a
that
good.
was
That's
the
a good
goal,
get
but
though. Doesn't matter.
yeah,
Got double.
it's an
Doubles are
interesting double.
important.
Yeah. There's another interesting
Another.
double.
Yep. Okay. Now he's running out of. Well, this would be an interesting double.
This would be.
Let's see what he got. Single.
Single. Yeah. Now you're starting to get into. That's a nothing.
Oh, now he's. We're looking at.
It's over. That was a nice double.
Yeah.
A double by accident. Wasn't really trying, but.
He wants out of
So
here.
that one. I agree. Drew has to feel like he missed out on some points there. 20% from 8 isn't going to do it. 29% from 8 isn't going to do it either.
That 0.9 at the advantage line is also not going to do it.
Yeah, that's no good. So Mike Davids picked up the win over Cousin Dave. Lee knocked off Nick. Nick Bartlett is struggling so far, surprisingly. Yeah, he doesn't have any win yet. But Bob, Mike, Drew, Dan, I think that's what a lot of people were thinking might be the top 4 seeds coming into this. That takes us to our last episode, or our last match of the day, which is Bob and Mike. Bob coming off a great season in 2021, Blasters champion, Spring Fling champion, and he's facing off against Mike, who had a great 2019, being the champion of this here tournament as well as the Blasters champion. So it should be a good match. These are 2 guys that I would expect to be in that quarterfinal, semifinal range there. So it looks like we got a
nice
toss.
Yeah. So it looks like Bob took it down. Gonna take 2 here. This is the first look at my cuz.
Yeah.
And this is a good match on paper. We'll see what these 2 guys can do.
I agree. I'm going to take, if I have to make a pick here, I'm going to go ahead and take Bob. I know he's been practicing a lot lately. I know Mike hasn't played much since the Blasters, which was 2.5 months ago. He's had some other obligations, so he hasn't been able to play. So I'm going to go ahead and take Bob on this one.
I would agree. I think Bob's coming in here looking for
coming in hot.
The season. It's coming in hot.
Yeah.
So looking for a win to start the season. Not looking to start that way though. Over 2, not going to get it done. Never want to leave yourself open on 4 batons because it can turn ugly, as we've seen. We saw it in the PA final, game 2, where Bob and Brian went over 2, and the Squirrel and the Swan went 4 for 4. So right now, Bob's looking for misses here. More misses, the better.
Starting 0 for 2 can.
He'll take 2 out of 4.
Yeah.
1 out of 4 is fantastic. 2 out of 4 is even a win at this point when you go 0 for 2. And 1 out of 4, so that's great.
Yeah, I think Bob would take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday.
Yeah, because now he's got the single and should get 5 shots. Now it's important to come back and make up for those 2 misses.
Yeah, you would think he'd be looking to pick up at least 2, if not 3 here. I mean, he's looking to pick up 5, but
Yeah. Anything less than 2 or 3 is going to be not what he's not going to make him happy. That's for sure. Graphics department really cuts off his head here too.
yeah, yeah, they could move that to the right side,
That's
but
all right.
then you're going to cut off the head of the other guy. So
There's one. It's a good start.
yep, no meatloafs in play though,
There
because he's
should
got
be.
5 batons.
I hear you. Oh, that was close. All right.
I tell
See,
you
now he's
what.
got to
I
miss
tell
his
you what.
3.
It won't be an official. It won't be an official stat or anything like meatloafs. You know, that's being an official stat. But what we can do for the rest of the tournament, you pay attention to when somebody gets 2 out of 3, and if they do, it's called a Sven loaf.
A Sven loaf. All
Yeah.
right.
So Bob is looking for the Sven loaf right here. Oh, it's a Sven loaf. It's a Sven loaf.
Oh, fantastic. Let's see. One more, and I think he's going to be real pleased. Nope, just short of that one.
I got one.
But anytime you're hitting 66 or 60%, in a turn, you're pretty happy.
Oh, look at there's Drew on camera again. God,
Yeah, always
I can't
inserting
get
himself
enough of
in.
it.
Oh, all right.
Goes 2 for
2
5.
2 out of 5's not the best, but at least
It's a push.
he took a lead.
Push.
Took a
Yeah.
lead. I like the. It's pretty common courtesy-ish to help your opponent at least pick some things up in the in 1v1 format. So good sportsmanship all around here. Yep.
I think that's pretty common. Everybody usually tries to grab something. Oh, a little wood on wood action there.
And it rolled out. Well,
so it looks like we're on pitch. I don't remember what it was because I never understood that so far through 3 rounds. I still can't figure out the pitch.
I think this is
sequence here, but
I think this is 4. David's, yeah, I think he did 1, 2, 3 on the first row, and then this one was 4, and the other one was 5. None of them were labeled.
One out.
Yeah,
this is the furthest one out. Is the story.
Yeah, nothing in the background of this one. Out here on an island.
Yeah. Looks like he's machine gunning it.
A little bit. That could be an issue too. You gotta
That was nice.
Kind of watch people's rhythm, because it's a factor.
Yeah, well, he went 1 for 2.
Yeah, not bad. Not a bad turn. He just took a few more batons or a couple more batons than I think he would have wanted to on those 3.
Yeah, I think it wasn't set up for any real good doubles. But then when you fly one, that doesn't help things either.
Nope. That's some backup on it.
Yeah. Are any of those in?
I think they are all but 1. Nope, 2.
2. Yeah.
I think the other 2 are pretty good shape if you can just nail these shots.
They were all backing up pretty good. That one too. That's the downhill again. Well, he's facing uphill, so he's backstop on it.
Yeah, I mean, you got to be careful on, especially on that second shot when you're getting that back up. You can throw one, might be, 6 inches to a foot deep, and it can back up all the way.
Yeah, sometimes you get those bounces where you say, "Good God, where did that come from?"
Mm-hmm. All right. Looks like he's looking for forward 2. Oh,
he'll get 1 with 1.
Wiggled it.
That was a nice double. That looked like it was a pretty tough double.
Yeah, no, he was disappointed on that first shot for sure, because that was the easier double. All right. All right, 3/8 looking try to go baseline clear here if he can get
Yep.
the turkey. It's the Sven turkey.
No, because he's
It's
got
a real
3
turkey
batons
because
in
he has
hands.
3.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
this
yeah,
could be
yeah,
a real
yeah.
meatloaf.
Oh,
This
yeah,
could
yeah,
be a
yeah.
real meatloaf. Oh, sweet.
Absolutely. 3 batons.
Come on, let's
Do
get
it
a
up.
loaf. Come on.
Come on, Bob. We need some
Summon
loaf
the
around here.
loaf. Summon
Yes.
it. Oh,
Oh,
that's
that
got to
didn't.
go 2 for 2.
Yeah.
So close.
He needs to
Oh.
rub that genie bottle again.
Mm-hmm.
He needs to rub the ketchup bottle to summon meatloaf.
Let's all put ourselves in a little paradise by Dashboard Light. Oh,
Oh.
nope. not gonna happen.
Nothing. Just get
we're,
one.
We're going straight back to hell.
There you
He got
go.
one.
Yeah.
Took the lead again, but not.
It's like the sun is trying to come out. What is this all about? That's not going to last long.
Oh, Davies is kicking down Coops.
Yeah, he's trying to help Bob out a little bit.
Can't be that sunny because Bob's not putting those sunglasses on. So
yeah,
can't be that bright out here.
His future's so bright he's got to wear shades.
Yeah, on
a cloudy day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the sun's already gone. Oh no, I kind of see a bit of a shadow there behind Bob. Not much of one though.
Are you Punxsutawney Phil now? Get back into that conversation.
Not that stinking squirrel again.
You're only a few weeks away from that. You know, that travesty of a weather prediction.
When is it? Is it in
February 2nd? February 2nd.
Is it?
Every year, yeah. Yep.
I didn't even know it was on the same day every year.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
one of those things that I think is so dumb that I don't even like.
It's phenomenally stupid, Drew.
Yeah.
Stu. Sorry, I keep
know
calling
it
you by the
like
wrong name. I'm pulling a Drew.
Yeah, I'm Stu. All right.
I know. My bad.
Yeah,
You sound just
it's
like
one of those things that you get to work in the morning, you listen to the radio, they're like, "Oh, it's Groundhog's Day," and I always think to myself, "Oh, stupid! Well, why? What's the point?"
It's drunk people's
nice
day.
double.
Punxsutawney is what it is.
Yeah, and I mean, look, I'm
they must
cool
double
with
that off.
I'm cool with any festival where you go and get drunk. It's always a good time. So.
Yeah. Over a groundhog, though.
Yeah, that's a little much. I mean, you might as well just go drink. It's
David's wearing the gloves today. Is an interesting call.
He's got the glove. Oh, and he goes 2 for 2.
2 for 2.
That's nice. 2 for 2 to take the lead.
Yeah.
That's a pretty slick turn right
Putting
there.
Putting a little pressure on Bob. He's got 7 in play. Let's see it. Bob's 8 percentage right now isn't what he wants. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Let's see if he can turn it around. 'Cause he knows how dangerous Davis can be. I mean,
Oh yeah.
the guy is capable. Yeah, that was a nice
he just
turn.
went 2 for 2. He does the same thing. It's game over.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he can absolutely rip some off from 8. Put you in a bad spot real quick.
Mm-hmm. All right. Oh, good start. He's dealing. Look at these. Look at these.
Now, if he had a goofy cut, he could pile it in right behind there.
It needs a goofy cut, Stu. Look at that.
Mike is looking at it. Saying,
He's like, oof, this is all forcing back. We're forced back. No, I do agree. A goofy would be useful.
I think in that situation right there was some room behind on the end line.
What Bob tends to do is just cut it harder.
Start it out further left, cut it harder. Yep.
Or don't start out further left and just cut it harder, and just find the corner that way, the right side. But
that's nice.
Not bad.
What was that? How many
not
7
quite.
in play? So he
That
just
was
took
4. Yeah. Now he's
Now it
looking
looks
to
like
clear
there's
this
some
in 2.
junk in front and some junk in front. Yeah, that was the junk in front. And now they're still
Unfortunate.
junk in front of the second one.
So this is taking at least 1 or 2 more batons than he was hoping for. But he's got a tough clear and then 2 8s. So yeah, this is definitely this has a lot of. He doesn't have much cube to look at here, and I don't think he can go short with it because there's too much.
Yeah,
that's what happens.
It right there.
Maybe cleared the way a little bit, but
yeah,
there it is. He needed that shot the first time.
Yeah. He just
So
barely
this is a big 8 here.
Yeah, if he can get this and tie it up.
So this is what can separate. This is what can separate fields in 1v1s.
Oh, there you go.
That's massive.
I agree.
Disappointed that group shouldn't have been 5. But to come back and hit that 8, that's what can separate, the men from the boys in 1v1s. Because that shot is just massive, and that means his mental game is doing okay if he's able to still put that down.
Live look in. Another look in here.
Cousin Dave
Jeremy
and
Matson had an advantage line on Cousin Dave. Looks like he's about to finish it off, and he does. So Jeremy Matson, what's that? 2-1 so far.
2-1, I believe. That's 0-3 for Dave. Dave's got some work to do to dig out of the hole and get into the main draw here. But
top eight make the championship bracket. So. Yeah, there's gonna be a player who you wouldn't expect left out to be left out because there's just not enough room.
No, that's very true. Looks like Davids may have sprayed a couple here.
Yeah. Sprayed that one.
Got 2 rethrows. So.
Yeah. So by hitting that baseline right there, Bob, first of all with 8, you're bringing an advantage line into play. And you're also really upping the odds of the possibility of no 8-meter shots for Mike. 7 versus 8. I think there's a big difference between 7 and 8.
Well, and he threw a penalty there. So there's also you put 1 more cube in somebody's hand, maybe you get a penalty. If it was 7, he wouldn't. And so that's a baton right there. They threw one away.
Yep.
So it's like these 1v1s can swing so quick.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is just the mental game. It's just
this isn't going to end well right here.
No. This doesn't look good at all. He's got a double, and he didn't hit it. Now he's rapid firing. He totally gave up on that one.
Yeah.
That's frustration. And so that's wow. I mean, that's basically both sides of 1v1 cube in a nutshell. It's like, you look at both players had frustrating turns. Bob
was able to pick
should
up
have cleared
baseline.
7 probably with 3, and it took him 5, but got the baseline and put the pressure back on, and look what happened. So, I mean, that's the kind of thing we're going to see more of probably. It's crazy. And this group isn't even that great. But he only has 3.
I don't think it's going to matter.
No. He's all the way up at the midline. He's looking for a double somewhere. Try to take it here. Got it.
There it is.
So now he could potentially double this off.
Looks like it might run. Nope.
Didn't.
But either way, it's not going to matter.
Nope.
Because this one is over.
Over.
Oh, he kissed it. Actually, he more than kissed it. He might have. Yeah, it's still over.
He turned it.
Yeah.
Went a little low on that one.
Yeah, that was moved it a lot. Didn't fall down, but that one did. So this one, 2 shots at the king. He's not going to miss twice.
No. Well. Try not. There we go.
Yeah, so Bob knocks off Mike. Kind of what we thought was going to happen, but we weren't expecting the advantage line there with 8 in play. Bob 1.3 and 36. Mike struggling 0.8.
Yeah. 50%.
Great. It's 50%, but just wasn't getting enough shots at 8 meters because the 0.8 cubes blasting. So we saw Jeremy knock off Dave. Nick Bartlett gets the first win on the day. That's, we were surprised that he lost the first two, but he picks up his first win on the day. Standings through 3 rounds: Bob Heikes, Drew Gander, Dan Corey, Mike Davids, Jeremy Matson, Brian Cook, Lee, Nick, Dave, Brian. Shaping up to be a pretty good finish here as we look at the next 2 rounds. That's the next episode is going to be rounds 4 or 5. Then we're going to have an episode of all of the quarterfinal matches.
Wow.
And then we're going to have semifinal, final. So I think that totals up to 6 episodes or somewhere.
Yes.
Cousin's here. I hope we get to see Cousin next episode. He's favorite players on the East Coast. So thanks for watching. Tune in next week, and we're going to have rounds 4 and 5, make up that championship bracket, see how things shake out, and then it's on to the championship bracket from there. So I don't think I have anything else. Sven, you have anything else?
No, I think it's 1v1,
Yeah,
so it's going to be a different game. This is the first stop of the Atlantic Kubb Tour, and we're off to a great start, so I'm excited about it, Stu.
And the 1v1, there's a lot of pressure, so never have any idea what's going to happen. So
Can't
tune
let
in
your
next
foot
week.
off the gas.
That's right, you cannot. So tune in next week for more Kubb action. Bazooka.
Bazooka.